This is a screenplay by Erick Barahona, yours truly. With no further ado, let's get into Scene 1. Odallis and David enter kitchen. I've been meaning to talk to you about something. What is it, darling? Don't tell me it's that same old talk about that bar juice again. No, it's not that. Well, go on now, woman. I got things to do now. Oh, it's nothing. Just carry on with your day. Griselda enters kitchen. Hello, master. Dallas, don't be wasting my time like that next time. Although she knows David wouldn't cheat on her in a million years, she feels a little daunted about the situation at hand. So she goes out to the fields for some fresh air. Roderick, which is working, carries and drops a haystack deeper in the stable than what he usually would. Hey there, Ode. You're looking fit as a fiddle today, as always. Oh, sweetie, you can look me in the eyes. David's not like them other owners, you know. It's not me looking I'm worried about, miss. Roderick, could you give this to Apate for me? And tell her to come over. It's urgent, please. Okay. I'm sorry for what I said before, too. It wasn't appropriate. Scene 2. Apate and Odallis enter the outhouse. This scene contains nudity. Thank you so much for coming, Apate. I just really couldn't hold it anymore. It's okay. You're like my sister. Izzy and I would do anything for you. I'm in love with David, but now that everything is happening with the war and Barry not returning, he's just not treating me the same way. I don't know what to do, Apate. Oh, what happened to Barry? You guys don't know where he is or anything? I'll always be here for you. Will never treat you bad like that David of yours. I don't know how you ever liked him. That's another thing. I'm developing feelings for. Oh, never mind. I haven't said anything. This is great. I mean, what do you mean, Ode? Just tell me. Roderick enters outhouse. Roderick sees the two there and leaves almost immediately. Oh my god, Ode. Really? Please don't tell anyone, Apate. You know what happened to me if someone were to find out. Of course, of course. But Izzy's waiting for me at the farm with, yeah, so I should be getting back to him. You know how he gets. Well, Dallas doesn't think anything of this. Apate goes back to Izzy with some great news. Barry, which is at their plantation, is delighted to hear this. Scene 3. Several days have passed since Apate and Odallis had that conversation. Apate says why again, but not to see Odallis. Apate sees Roderick and approaches him. Hey there, top of the morning to you. Yeah, hey. Look, I know you like Odallis, and she's a married woman. How would you like if I told David about this? Please don't. He'll kill me if he finds out. Okay. Only because I know she likes you back, I'm going to help you out. She likes me back? Really? I'll do anything. Just tell me, please. Here, read this. Odallis sent me this the day you asked me to come over on her behalf, remember? Roderick is overwhelmed with joy and leaves to his outhouse to read the letter. What Roderick doesn't know is that the letter that Odallis actually sent over was an invitation to dinner on this very day. The letter Apate gave Roderick read the following: Dear Apate, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm starting to love this woman that works for my husband, Roderick. He is the sweetest man you'll ever meet. He has the most beautiful brown eyes and smile. Maybe it's nothing. David has been treating me bad these past few days because of the war and has begun hitting me. Sometimes I wish Roderick would just swoop in and save me from this prison. We would go live somewhere in the mountains and wait until the Civil War is over in hopes of President Lincoln living up to his promise of liberating blacks. Well, Roderick will never know that I love him, and I'll never know if he loves me. Come over and help me, please, Apate. Thank you. Sincerely, Odallis. Scene 4. Izzy, David, Apate, Odallis are all eating at the table. Apate, Odallis, could you accompany me outside for a bit? Both outside now. What is it, Apate? I think you should run away with the slave, since you really love him and all. I can't do that. I have a husband. That isn't me treating me good at the moment, but he loves me. Sounds like most women. Okay, Ode. I didn't want to tell you this, but David is sleeping with Griselda, the slave. He sent the letter over to Izzy with Roderick, and I took it instead and read it. Would you like to read it, or do you believe me? I I can't believe this. No, I believe you. He's been acting strange lately, being mean to me, but with her he's all smiles. I'm gonna confront them and kill Griselda. No, I have a better idea. Go find Roderick and run away with him. Live happily ever after. I'll tell them the Northerners took you as I escaped. Odallis leaves to find Roderick. Apate, now grinning, goes back to the table. She says that Odallis said she wanted to go for a walk to clear her head and look down. The moon is now out. Odallis has been gone for an hour. Now that Izzy knows the plan is set in motion, he pushes, looking for Odallis. All of the slaves' lights should be out by this time, except for Roderick's outhouse, and this puzzles David. As they step closer, they hear loud banging in Roderick's voice. Why couldn't you just... Why couldn't you just love me back and mean everything in the letter? They enter the outhouse. For a few tense moments, no one said a word. Then David charges toward Roderick and stabs him twice before Cassius pulls him off. What did you do to my wife? Odallis lays there purple by the neck. Roderick, spitting up blood. You scum. You didn't deserve such a woman. If I couldn't get her, neither could you. Roderick dies with one hand on his stomach and the other on the letter. Apate starts crying, saying she's sorry that this wasn't the outcome she wanted. What are you saying, Apate? How is this your fault? It was all Izzy. He told me to do it, I swear, David. Apate begins to cry hysterically. David is devastated. Izzy swears he knew nothing of this and tries to kill Apate. Just before he could kill his wife, Cassius thrusts his sword through Izzy. Izzy's eyes wander past Cassius toward the door. Barry enters the outhouse. Barry, what of you? It has been 3 days since I've word of you. Oh, brother, I could not go through with this awful plan. It is true that I have always lived in your shadow and was indeed envious, so I devised a plan with Izzy and Apate to ruin you, to take over your plantation. The plan has come along way better than what I had imagined. Now that Izzy and Apate are out of the way, I shall have 2 plantations. Barry then proceeds to take out a pearl-handled revolver and shoots Apate once in the head. But brother, why? David does not even answer and shoots David 3 times in the chest. Cassius, now at a loss of words, does not know what to do and attempts to sneakily leave the premises, but is shot once in the back of the head by Barry. David dies next to Odallis. The letter that started this all lay between them. What do you know about having nothing? Nothing! Spits on David and shoots him once more. Just as he does this, the tip of Cassius' sword penetrates his torso. As he gasps for air, he turns around and sees Griselda there with a fearful face, trembling. Barry lifts his arm up with the revolver in hand, points it at Griselda, and pulls the trigger. Click, and then dies. Griselda opens her eyes, and to her surprise, is not dead. She is left in the little outhouse, mourning the death of her lover.